It's Rebecca Overson here with the Art of Building a Successful Massage Practice. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. And today's topic for this live stream is, are you giving your power away? I did a discovery call with an amazing massage therapist who's looking at mentoring and really getting her practice where she wants it to be. And we talked a little bit about this and discovered that one of the underlying obstacles that was stopping her from having what she wanted was that she was giving her power away. Now, it's interesting. How do you know if you're giving your power away? Well, anywhere where you just don't have what you want, somewhere you're giving your power away. It's pretty simple, okay? So, people come to me all the time with these symptoms. They say, I don't have enough clients. I don't have the right clients. I'm not making enough money. I'm working too hard. I'm not getting paid what I need to get paid. My clients are inconsistent. I don't know how to run a business. All of these different things. Those are symptoms of an underlying problem. They're never the problem itself. And if you really want to succeed, then you have to get in the habit of digging a little bit deeper to discover what the underlying problem is. And I'm going to make a bold statement here, which is there are lots of ways where all of you are giving your power away, and it's good to know this. This is actually, it's the bad news, but it's the good news, because you want to know what the problems are so that you can fix them, so that you can take control over your own life. Because if you don't have control over your life, who does? Think about that. It's a good question. That's the question of the day. If you don't have control over your practice, who does? And if the answer is your clients, then you're definitely in trouble, and you should definitely pay attention to this. You're going to love what we're going to talk about today. All right, so for those of you that are just joining, and those of you that don't know who I am Rebecca D. Azevedo Overson. I've been a licensed massage therapist since 1995. That's before some of you were even born. I struggled and failed for the first 8 years, and I actually quit massage therapy. And then I came back, and I built an empire almost overnight. And how I was able to do that was I really solved some problems that I didn't know I had. I mean, talk about looking under the surface, right? I solved some problems I didn't know that I had. I let go of some beliefs that weren't serving me, and I actually got a whole bunch of business skills that enabled me to actually build a business around my passion. And that's important. You guys are all passionate about what you do as body workers, but if you don't have structure around your passion, it's just an expensive hobby. Somebody put that on a mug for me. That's one of my quotes. Okay, so it's really exciting, and it's one of my favorite things in the world to do is to work with massage therapists to help them really create practices that are sustainable and just thriving. You deserve that. You deserve to be able to make a living doing what you love and make the kind of difference that you feel called to make, and stay true to that giving heart and that desire to create transformation for other people that was probably what drove you into this industry in the first place, okay? So this is what our topic is today, and if you're brand new or if you're just lurking or whatever, just say hi so I don't know that you're here. Let me know how many years you've been in practice and where in the world you're located, because we really do have a global community here, and I just love connecting with you guys this way. Also, if you ever have any questions, yeah buts, or what ifs, or anything you want me to know relevant to the topic that we're discussing, just put that in the comments below. All right? Okay, so how are you giving your power away? Where are we giving our power away? Any ideas? I've got a couple things I've written down here in my notebook. These are some of the most common ways that I see massage therapists giving their power away, okay? Number one is letting your clients set your rates. Letting your clients set your rates. And how do you know you're doing that? Well, maybe you've had the thought that you're undervaluing your services and you're not charging enough. Or maybe you've had the harsh reality of actually meeting with your CPA or bookkeeper at the end of the year and going, oh my gosh, that's all I made. I worked my ass off and that's all I brought in, right? And you realize that you're not charging enough, but you're afraid to raise your rates because you're afraid of losing clients. Or you're afraid of your clients bulking at your new rates. Or you're afraid of people thinking that you're greedy, or people thinking that you aren't qualified to charge so much with how little experience you have, or something. This is what Byron Katie calls being in other people's business. And I love Byron Katie. I love the work of Byron Katie. In fact, if you guys want a great read, just go grab her book, Loving What Is. In fact, I have right over there an entire shelf of all of Byron Katie's books. I'm actually trained as a facilitator of the work of Byron Katie. So one of the best things that I think that she teaches is staying in your own business, having your nose in your own business. there's three types of business: my business, other people's business, and God's business, or just that which is not mine or yours if you don't believe in God, just the universe's business, whatever. Pick your word, it doesn't matter. Anytime you're trying to manage someone else's business, you suffer. You're stuck. So it's also what I call climbing into other people's wallets. When you're setting your rates based on what you think your clients can pay, your clients are running your business, not you. And that's one way that we give our power away. Okay? So hi, Christina. Hi, Sarah from Ohio. Hi, Jaeger from Salt Lake City. Hi, Ruth. I love you. Hi, Deborah, Martina, Holly, and Jessica. Great to see you guys. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, so that's one way, is letting your clients set your rates. Number two is setting your rates based on what other massage therapists are charging. This is crazy because I have spoken with maybe thousands of massage therapists, and I know that most massage therapists, and I mean this in a very loving way, most massage therapists have no clue what they're doing when it comes to running a business. More often than not, they're just making stuff up, and they're looking to see what other people are doing, or they're looking to see what spas or franchises or big swanky practices are doing, and they're trying to copy that, and that's just such a mistake. Your rates should be based on, well, they shouldn't be based on what other people are charging. So that's one way that you're giving your power away, okay? Another way that you could be giving your power away is not having cancellation policies, or just not having any structure to your business. Cancellation policies are so important, and I know I've addressed this topic so many times, but it always shocks me how many massage therapists are operating a business without cancellation policies. You might have 100% of your clients cancel in a day. And that means you have no recourse, no way to collect those fees, no way to hold that person accountable for the time slot that they've booked, and you're literally giving your money away. You're giving your time away. Not only that, you're ripping off other clients that could have gotten in had they had advance notice. So please, 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 please start taking your business seriously and have cancellation policies in place. But not only that, enforce them. So that's another way we give away our power, is we're too scared to enforce our policies. Too scared. We're afraid of losing clients. We're afraid of getting a bad review. We're afraid of pissing people off. We're afraid of being seen as greedy. We're afraid of being seen as anything less than this heart-centered entrepreneur that we are. But the fact of the matter is that if you're watching this right now and you're in this group, I know it's because you are interested in business. You want to expand your skills as a business owner. You want to do this for a living, not just for a hobby and not for a charity. There's a place for that. There's a place for hobby and charity. But this group is about people who are serious about building a successful massage business so that they can actually make a living doing what they love. Okay? All right. Another way that you give your power away is saying yes to crazy independent contractor situations that are totally loosey-goosey, lacking integrity, misclassifications, lacking policies, lacking contracts. I'm so surprised how many of you are working for people and you have no employment agreement and you have no contract agreement. You have no independent contractor thing. And that person, the person that you are working for, literally, oh my goodness, they can just mess with you. I mean, God forbid you be in this awesome setup, this awesome scenario, but you don't have a contract that protects you, and some stuff goes down, and then you're totally out of a job, or you have somebody, an employer suing you, or all kinds of crazy things. Get that stuff dialed in. Do not do work with anyone in that scenario without a contract, okay? Another way that we give our power away is for working for other people that don't have a clue how to run their businesses. Oh my gosh, this is so common. So I can just tell you right now, if you're an employee somewhere, but you're actually an independent contractor and it's the only place that you work, and they require uniforms, and they set your schedules, and all these things that just reek of misclassification. I mean, it's obviously you have an employer that's committing tax evasion or just doesn't know what they're doing. So just run from those scenarios, you guys. You should really, if you're going to work for somebody else, make sure that they actually do know how to run a business. Otherwise, they can really mess with you, mess with your head, mess with your livelihood, and we just definitely don't want that, okay? Another way that massage therapists give their power away is spending time trying to figure out how to run a business on their own. This one drives me crazy, and it's why I do mentoring. I mean, it really is. I thought, oh my gosh, if I had a business mentor that could teach me how to succeed in this business 25 years ago, my life would have been totally different. And I love knowing that the people that I've had the honor and privilege of working with to help them build their own empires and thriving practices, I know that 5 years down the road, their life's going to be completely different because they weren't wasting a bunch of time reading books, buying PDFs, opting into mailing lists, getting coaching from people that aren't in this industry, and just wasting a bunch of time trying to figure out the business of massage when people like me have already figured it out and can coach you and mentor you into how to make it work instead of trying to figure out how to make it work on your own. That's just a huge, you got to understand, having great massage skills does not mean you're good at business. Hello, it's just obvious, right? Just because somebody's good at bookkeeping doesn't mean they're good at massage, right? So why do we think that just because we're skilled as massage therapists that we should have these rocking practices and know everything about client acquisition, client retention, client attraction, business policies, practices, procedures, licenses, and all of that stuff? Like, that has been figured out. And a mentor like me can save you so much time and stress and struggle. Why I think most massage therapists fail to thrive and really succeed making a living doing what they love is because they're making a lot of costly mistakes, because they just don't know business. And it's invaluable to have a person in your corner that is invested in your success, that's going to help you to succeed on the business end of things. I mean, that should just go without saying, but I'm just so surprised how many people don't ever consider that. Okay, a couple more here. Not knowing your numbers. Now, if those of you that have watched my 5 shifts webinar, my free 60-minute training, you know I talk about this on the webinar. If you haven't, go to my website. It's rockyourmassagepractice.com, and there's a thing that says register for my free training. Just opt in. You'll be able to watch it at the top of the hour, or you'll get a replay link within 24 hours. Either way is cool with me. But that's one of the things I talk about is you've got to know your numbers. You are massively giving your power away if you are running your business blindfolded. And by blindfolded, I mean you don't know your numbers. A business is profitable. A business relies on the clarity and solidity, is that a word, of your numbers. Numbers are what control your business. And if you want to make more money, you've got to have a strategic plan for how to do that. If you want to get clients, you've got to have a strategic plan for how to do that. You have to know and control your business by knowing your numbers and making sure that you're running a business that works. I literally talked to 2 massage therapists today on discovery calls for my mentoring program that we discovered they're literally putting themselves out of business. Their numbers don't make sense. They're literally not charging enough to make a living. And at the base hourly rate, they're paying themselves about $12 an hour. May as well go work for a franchise. It's way easier. Super hard to build your own business. So you have to look and objectively and say, yes, I love this business, but does the way I'm running it actually make sense? And a lot of massage therapists get super top heavy in their expenses. They go rent out some swanky clinic or something, but they don't know, the numbers just don't make sense. They don't know how to get their rent paid. They don't know their cost of acquiring clients, and they're just kind of winging it. And that can be a really vulnerable place to be, and I don't want you guys to be in that place, okay? All right, and then 2 more, okay? So another way you're giving your power away is by believing untrue and limiting beliefs, okay? A belief is a thought that you give a lot of attention to, and it just becomes the way it is, and it shapes everything. And a lot of you have limiting decisions and beliefs that kicked in or that you picked up along the way when you were a kid, when you were a teenager, when you were in really hard times, and you drew conclusions that are really acting like a prison sentence. The belief that, like, I'm not good with math, or a belief like no one's going to take me seriously, or massage isn't a real profession, or my spouse doesn't support me, or it's bad to make money, or it's wrong to whatever, or I can't really do my dream practice, I just need to settle for getting anybody with a pulse on my table. Those are things that'll just hold you back, and it's useful to gather some mindset tools. I mean, I got a billion mindset tools that I teach my students, and it's like I do mindset work every day. If you're not working on what's going on in here, you're going to be limited in what's happening out here. Super, super important, okay? And the last thing is giving your power to fear. Look, fear is always going to be there, you guys. Have you noticed? It's not going away. Anytime you're going to do something new or unfamiliar, you're going to be scared. And especially when it's time to go for your dream and really take action to make your dream happen, that's when all the fear and resistance comes in, because if you really fail at what's important to you, then that really feels like failure. And so our little reptilian brains, our little amygdala kicks in and goes, no, don't do it. This is scary. You're going to die. And it kicks in and it wants to stop you from taking action in the moment where you actually need to leap into action and make something happen. All successful entrepreneurs are very comfortable with risk. They at least know they're going to have to take risk. They're going to have to invest in themselves. They're going to have to leverage capital. They're going to have to go into debt. They're going to have to borrow money. They're going to have to scramble. They're going to have to be resourceful, because anything that is important to you is worth doing all the way. And just know that fear is part of the process. But if you allow the fear to stop you, then you're giving your power away to fear, and you'll never become what you might have been. You'll never know what's possible if you actually just go all in. And I'm so glad that I went all in on my practice. I was so scared to come back. I mean, I had failed, you guys. I had totally failed and given up on the dream. And boy, I had major shame and humility and like, what's wrong with me? I'm a smart, capable person. Why can't I make a business happen? I had to deal with all of that stuff. So to actually get up and fight again and go for what I wanted it's insanely scary. I also had 2 little babies and a husband with no income. Really scary. I was also totally living on our food storage. Super scary. And asking family members for help, and they wouldn't give it. You know, not even knowing how I was going to pay my rent, my mortgage. You know, scary stuff. But what the world needs is leaders. What the world needs is people that are willing to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to make a result happen even though I'm scared. And how you become a leader in the world is you have to start by being a leader in your own life. You have to rise up and tell that little, you know, that little child self, that little 3-year-old that's having a tantrum in the back seat of your mental car. And you have to turn around and say, you know what, thank you, and I've got this. I'm the adult here and I'm in control. And there are no monsters under the bed. And nobody ever died of failure. Nobody ever, you know, died of trying and making a mistake. You know, taking a risk in business, a typo, you know, setting up a meeting with somebody that didn't go too well. You know, and those aren't real threats. Those aren't real, what do I want to say? That's not a real actual threat to your life. You know, having a gun pointed at you is a real threat, God forbid, okay? But the things that we think are scary in business aren't scary. It's just a normal part of the process, and they're the things that people just have to do in order to get the results. Those of you that have children, super scary. I mean, you don't know. You don't know how your kid's going to turn out. You don't know if you're a good parent. You don't know how to parent. You can read all the books. You can, you know, I mean, all those things, super scary. But we do it anyway. It's not like, oh, this is too scary, I'm just going to give up. No, we lean into this comfort, and we gather new tools, and we gather new strategies. And it enables us to know ourselves as people that can take action in the face of the fear. And then the fear doesn't win. The fear's there, you say thanks for sharing, and then you take action. And that's probably the biggest transformations that I see with my students and clients in coaching and everything is that they get courage. They get confidence. You know, it's a lot less scary when you know you've got somebody in your corner that's going to bat for you and that's going to support you. You know, but that's something that everybody needs to do, and you've done this, and you can do this. There's plenty of times where you've realized you can take action in the face of fear. You can do things that are unfamiliar and take that risk and succeed or fail and survive either way. Okay? Is this making sense, you guys? So I hope that helps. I just really had that, you know, there's so many people that I talked to on discovery calls today that this is just like up. It's just like, oh my gosh, you know, and my wish for you is that you reclaim your power. That you do whatever it takes to make your dream a reality. Because the reality is that only people that are unstoppable are going to have what they want. Only people that are willing to take action in the face of their fear, reclaim their power, and take responsibility for their life and their results, those are the only ones that are going to succeed. Okay? And I know that you have what it takes. So if you're somebody that's struggling, please reach out to me. You know, post something, post your questions in the comments below, message me, or best thing you could do is book a call and apply for mentoring and see if it's right for you. Because, you know, it only if your dream is important to you do you have to just turn yourself inside out and upside down to actually make it happen. I'd love to support you, and that's why I'm here. So thank you for joining me today. Let me just look and see who else is here. Anna Maria. What's up, Jody? Oh my goodness. Good to see you, my friend. Kayla. Hey. Sherry and Melissa. Oh my goodness. It's like all my friends are here. Amy, Miss Nikki. I love it, you guys. So thanks for joining me today. Again, post any questions or comments that you have below. Make sure all your massage therapist friends are part of this group too, okay? Because I'm really on a mission to elevate this industry by helping massage therapists understand business so that they can actually make a respectable living and take control over their lives. Okay, that's very, very important to me. So let me know what other ways I can support you. I love you, and have an awesome day, you guys. I'll talk to you again soon.